Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick video of something that I believe is of great importance to pretty much, I would say, most of the viewers that will come across this video with regards to refrigeration and the oncoming months. Obviously coming into winter, we're going to see a lot more cold spells, and what I'm going to be seeing a lot of is call outs due to the colder environment. What I usually see is people, obviously we haven't really had much of a heat wave this year. A couple of years ago, everyone went out and bought refrigeration and stuck it in their garages or sheds to keep, you know, extra food for barbecues or, you know, the cold beers and things like that, which is great. They work fine in that type of environment. They're fantastic. But coming into the winter, I'll get guaranteed at least once a week a call out regarding a fridge or a freezer not working. As soon as I turn up, the customer will come out the door and open the garage. That for me, for one, it's a quick job, because I'll look at the machine and go, that's not designed to be in this environment. And the customer will go, well, it worked fine up until now. And then what we'll do is we'll get the instruction manual out, and then in bold letters it will say, not designed for cold, wet environments with fluctuating temperatures, i.e. a garage or a shed or an outhouse. This is mostly down to communication when the machine is first purchased. Every time I talk to a customer, they always tell me they never had the salesperson tell them or ask them where it's going. To be honest, most of the time they're just looking for the sale and the commission, which for me, if you're not going to give the best advice and you know, work with what the customer needs for the areas, basically what they need for the machine they want to purchase, they are going to create problems, not necessarily straight away, but further down the line, right to the point where you can't return the machine, basically. So with regards to refrigeration, you've got things called climate class. There's 4. You've got normal, subnormal, tropical, subtropical. These will be on your rating plate. This will basically tell you the temperatures in which this appliance will be able to run effectively. You plug it in, it will work. So I believe normal is either 16 or 18 degrees up to 32 or 36. I think it's 32. Subnormal is up to 36, 38. No, 36. I'll put the chart here. But basically, if you look at the rating plate and it says a set temperature, it says that the climate class is normal. It's designed to be working in a normal environment, i.e. a kitchen. So the ambient temperature won't be subsequent to rapid decline or increase. It will stay at a regular temperature, usually around 18, 19 degrees. Obviously it depends on the customer. Some people don't, you know, they'd rather put a jumper on and put the heating on. As long as that's not going to drop below a certain temperature, i.e. 16 degrees, you won't have any problems. With, like I said, when we're going into the winter, you'll get a lot of problems, especially if it's a appliance, either a fridge or freezer combined. If it's in an area which is not regularly circulating temperature of, usually it's above 10. Most of them will say 10 degrees. You'll get, basically the compressor will go, I'm not going to work. It's too cold to work. I'm not going to waste my time. And it will just stop operating, and everything will start defrosting, or everything will go off, and then you'll call us out and we'll go, look at the rating plate, take a photo of the rating plate, climate class is normal or subnormal, take a temperature of the surrounding area, and also just look at the rating plate, because obviously sometimes you'll turn up to a job and, you know, the ambient temperature's risen enough for the machine to work, so they'll go, oh, it wasn't working the other day. And most of us look at the weather every day, either on the news or on your phone. It will say low and high. You might have had a point where you had a cold snap, stopped working, temperature's risen again, you'll start working again. But you're always, usually from November to February, you're going to have this area of consistently cold. Ambient temperatures will be colder in areas such as like sheds and garages, whereas in the summertime they were fine. Most of the time they were fine. If you had a really bad heat wave, we'd have problems with sensors over freezing and throwing off the whole performance of the machine. You just defrost it, it'd work fine. But what we always recommend is when you're looking for a new machine, just look at the model, the instruction manual, if it's at the showroom, or you can download it online. Usually on the installation or basically it will say where you can put this machine at some point in the manual, and usually it'll be in bold letters in an area which, you know, most of them will say, if they're designed for kitchens or internal use in a household, it will say please don't put this in a damp, cold area which is subject to temperature changes, or they will say in the area that's above a certain degree. So usually it's 10, but you can get machines which can withstand this fluctuation in temperature. So at this moment in time, the only ones I really know of are Beko and Bloomberg with regards to undercounter stuff, 50-50, like fridge freezers or, you know, chest freezers and whatnot. Chest freezers are designed to be in areas that most of the time you see them in garages. I know Logix did make one a couple of years ago, which to me, I think it worked fine. I don't know off the top of my head if it had problems with cold, but Beko's have a design so it will withstand temperatures as low as -15. At that instance, it will cut the fridge off and it will only run the freezer. But hopefully we don't get to that point anytime soon. But you have that confidence that the freezer will not break down when we get into the colder areas of the season. But yeah, basically all you need to do, if you have purchased a cheap machine, usually it's a Logic or a Kenwood, in the areas I work in, just to keep additional items in, maybe you're stocking up for Christmas, just check the manual, because the last thing we want is the items falling out and, you know, going bad, especially before Christmas or on the lead up to Christmas, and you know you're you get in a situation where you need to spend more money on replacing it, or you know I know some people that they're stocking up early just so they have enough for worst case scenarios. So as long as you do your research and make sure you're getting the item that's, you know, designed for the specific area you want to put it in, you shouldn't have any problems. But yeah, hopefully this video has been informative for you. I hopefully will produce more videos like this when I get the time. But until next time, see you later.